And it's time now for the Wall Street Beat, because there is a class of banker on Wall Street that is certainly winning. We are looking today at the boutique banks, with Evercore posting record revenue this week as a deal-making rebound fueled a surge in advisory fees. Joining us now is Bloomberg editor Matt Monks. And if you think about it, after a slump that we've seen, Matt, in deals recently, the comeback that we've seen seeping through this year, the fact that Evercore stock is hitting a record, Lazard had its best day since Peter Orszag took over as CEO. Are deals really coming back at that speed?
Not yet. We're coming off a very low, right? But if you look at the read-through, is very positive for these three firms that reported this week, right? Advisory fees up, way up, in some instances, 50% for Evercore and Moelis. Lazard, not so great, right? Compensation ratio is holding steady, down a little bit. Their business model looks good, hiring talent. They're not going out too far afield from that. And then also the commentary that we heard from them, private equity, looking pretty good. Restructuring, coming back. Got some nice stuff in the equities pipeline. I think that things look optimistic, but you have to keep it in mind this is off a very low.
And I was reading in the Bloomberg Intelligence notes on Moelis, they say sizable additions of senior talent are coming at a cost. So even though there's this, I guess resurgence maybe is too strong of a word, but comeback in terms of deals, they're having to pay for talent, and that's going to eat into profits.
So there are, a half dozen boutique investment banks, maybe 12, depending on how you look at it. Their business model is very simple. Hire the best people that you can get, go out and win the mandates. They don't have the diversified balance sheet to win that other kind of business. So it really is, it's a talent war, and you have to pay up to win it. They're on a very fine line, though, right? If that activity doesn't pick up to match the revenue that pay for these people, they're in a bad spot. But right now, things look pretty good as far as it goes.
You know, it's fascinating, too, to the point you're making here. A banker at Goldman will say, for example, Evercore is outbidding everyone.
That's
but
right.
What is the payout to that? Evercore now is actually beating Bank of America, Katie, in terms of the deal volumes that you're seeing this year.
Yeah, absolutely. But to Matt's point, paying up to do that, we heard from Evercore's senior chairman, Roger Altman, really crediting that revenue game to the consistent expansion of senior managing directors. Have to imagine that's a pretty fine line to walk there. But let's look ahead to what's next, because we think about next week, we do have some interesting private equity results coming up.
So listen, when it comes to private equity, I'm looking at it from the private equity front, from the deal-making front, right? I mean, private equity deal-making is the engine of all Wall Street. When private equity shows up, you see deals show up, you see it spike, it reads through to activism, equity offerings, everything. So that's what I'm looking for, the commentary coming out of them. And these guys have had a hard time not only putting money to work, but finding exits. So let's see what the commentary is on that front.
Also, fun fact, guys, KKR was on their IPO this week of OneStream, as well as a debt underwriting. But, beyond private equity, big deals, antitrust, how much worry is there still? Peter Orszag was kind of just shunning it off, but Lina Khan does not look like she's backing off.
It's a huge overhang, right? We don't know what's going to happen if a new Trump administration gets in there. And even if a Trump administration gets in there, it's not clear that the pendulum is going to swing that far in the other direction. J.D. Vance, not a big friend of Wall Street, doesn't love big tech, right? So there will be a little bit of pendulum swing, and no matter who wins, you will see an overturn at some people at the DOJ and the FTC. But it's a massive overhang. Like, look at what's going on with Kroger and Albertsons this week, right? It's held up by the FTC. It's held up by the states. It's not going away. That said, people are still striking big strategic deals, and the read-through there is if you are willing to fight, there's a good chance that you're going to get through.